is Ashley Blanchard, and today I will be presenting on social media and its role in disease outbreaks. So many of us know that news spreads like wildfire on social media. For example, celebrity deaths. Celebrity deaths are often trending topics on Twitter despite their deaths only being a rumor. So one person tweets about a celebrity's death and suddenly it's news and everyone believes it. So while this is an example of how news could be negatively impacted by social media, the Harvard Medical School conducted a study to show that information that spreads through social media could actually be used to save lives when an epidemic occurs. So in 2010, Haiti experienced a destructive earthquake and hurricane that resulted in most of the country living in absolutely horrible living conditions. And from these conditions, a cholera epidemic occurred. So statistics show that there were over 380,000 cases of cholera and over 5,000 deaths from this disease in the time directly following the natural disasters. So when a disaster like this occurs, the health field follows a protocol to ensure that accurate data is collected and ample resources are sent out. So initially, they send health professionals to hospitals to collect data. Then they use the data from many hospitals to write reports. And lastly, from these reports, resources are divided and sent out accordingly. So now while this protocol is systematic, it is tedious and time-consuming, which are qualities you don't really want to have when people's lives are at stake. So research done by Rumi Chunara and two of her colleagues at the Harvard Medical School sought out to show that social media could be used to complement this process and potentially help get these supplies and aid where they need to be faster. They compared the data gathered through traditional reporting methods with Twitter feeds that mention cholera, and the results were astounding. Firstly, they concluded that the data that they received from the Twitter feeds matched the data received using the traditional reporting methods. Secondly, and probably the most importantly, they concluded that the data that they received from Twitter was 2 weeks ahead of the data received from the general reports. And lastly, Twitter allowed them to pinpoint the geographical hotspots for cholera within Haiti a lot more quicker and a lot more efficient. So one of the main reasons why data was more readily available via social media, such as Twitter, is because the people that were being affected directly by the epidemic, as well as those who were seeing the patients, were tweeting about it exactly where they were and getting the information out instantly. So although there's still little research done about how social media could be useful in other epidemics, there are some obvious implications of how this type of information circulation could be beneficial. So having critical information about the disease and its impact in certain areas earlier would allow resources and health teams to be sent out faster. Also, because hospitals are usually overcrowded when a disease outbreak occurs, it is often difficult to pinpoint the number of individuals affected. Social media could allow more accurate numbers of infected individuals to be reported. And altogether, if used correctly, social media could actually help to save lives, thousands of lives, who are affected by these deadly diseases. So right now, further research is actually being done on the role of social media in disease outbreaks with the bird flu in Egypt and the lead poisoning that's happening in Nigeria. So as technology continues to advance, maybe we could use this technology to really help those in developing countries who are struggling in these epidemics and disease outbreaks. Thank you.